Do you or a family member have diabetes? If so, consider volunteering for a clinical trial with AMCR Institute. By participating in diabetes research, you play an important role in the fight to treat and cure diabetes.
It makes me feel good to volunteer because I know that I'm helping.
Angela Batista is a clinical coordinator at AMCR. She and her colleagues are here to guide you through the process. It starts with obtaining your medical history.
When I volunteered to do a study with AMCR, I would visit. They would do a screening process where they'd take my blood and see if I qualify for their studies.
Based on medical history, the medications you take and sometimes the results of a simple blood test called an A1C, you may be matched to a study. If chosen, you will receive an informed consent.
The informed consent is the legal papers pretty much going through the entire study, what's going to be going on, what they're going to do, things that they're going to have to do at home, all the information on the medication or the device that they're going to be using, any payment information, pretty much everything that's going to be involved in the study.
They let you know right away everything that's going on. They lay everything out right there on the table.
The coordinators did a really good job of explaining what was going to happen during the study. I don't recall there ever being an event or something that happened that I wasn't aware of or didn't expect.
It is very comforting knowing that everything is right there ahead of time, that there's nothing new that is going to come out and surprise you.
AMCR conducts phase 1 to phase 4 clinical trials in the field of diabetes and metabolism. That includes type 1 and type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, osteoporosis, and obesity.
Our goal at AMCR is to advance therapy for important metabolic diseases, including type 1 and type 2 diabetes.
Many of the world's leading pharmaceutical and biotech companies rely on AMCR for its clinical trial work.
So do you have any diabetic retinopathy?
No.
Patient studies are authorized and highly regulated by the U.S. government. They take place only when drugs or devices have been thoroughly tested in the laboratory.
We're very careful to follow all of the government regulations, and we go beyond even that.
And are you currently using insulin?
Yes.
We have internal regulatory people who are basically keeping tabs on how things are going. Plus, the sponsor usually has monitors who basically review all the records.
And there are additional checks and balances for protecting the rights and safety of all volunteers.
Each study is reviewed by an institutional review board, which is a group of experts who look at studies to make sure that the design is appropriate.
Once selected for a study, you'll meet with a research coordinator.
I come in, I get my blood tests drawn, I get urine sometimes. I also get my EKG every once in a while. They check my weight.
You're going to write down whether or not you did or did not use the medication that day.
All of this health care is free and under the supervision of a board-certified physician and clinical specialist.
Physical exams are always conducted at the beginning of each trial and at the end of each trial. And depending on the length of the trial, they can be done intermittently.
AMCR's director, Dr. Timothy Bailey, is a board-certified endocrinologist with a long career of innovation. He and his team have worked with thousands of volunteers over the past 20 years.
Treats you really well. The staff is fantastic, very personable, very easy to work with.
I have a lot of fun with them. They're really nice, you know, like they're always patient, you know. I have the highest regard for them.
I really enjoy what I do, and you really form a bond with your patients, and it's nice to really get to know people and know that they're being helped.
The number of office visits depends on the type of study you are enrolled in.
We have some studies that are device trials that might last one day, and then we have some trials that are pharmaceutical trials that might last up to 5 years. So it really depends on the trial. It's usually about a year.
Being in the study requires me to be more diligent in my testing and in handling my disease.
Part of the process is I get to see what my current A1C is, which is great, and I believe they will tell me what maybe my cholesterol is, because I come in sometimes fasting for some blood work, and that helps me.
If I hadn't been in the study, I would have done what I was still doing last year, which was, you know, my numbers were not regulated and my care wasn't as good as it could be. So I have the study to thank for that.
Your personal physician receives reports from AMCR so that he or she is up to date on your care. Many studies will pay you for your time. If getting to our Escondido or Temecula offices is an issue, volunteers may be reimbursed for the travel expenses.
These volunteers mean a lot to the future. I mean, without research, we couldn't have medications, we couldn't have devices that we have today. So research is very important, and these people play a really big role.
They're in it for themselves later, they're in it for their families, they're in it for other people with the condition. And that's really the most important, and those people are heroes.
You have to have people who are willing to step up and volunteer to be in a study so that the disease can actually be better.
AMCR has the experience, the expertise, and the passion to change lives. Talk to our team members about joining a clinical trial. Call 1-877-567-2627 or visit our website at amcrinstitute.com.
It gives me a chance to help other people.
Hopefully my contribution is going to help other people, but it's also going to help me. It's a win-win situation.